Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? Y'all make sure y'all can hear Miss J. Make sure y'all can hear me. How is everybody doing? Yes. I know I'm kind of loud, and let me slow it down. Let me calm it down. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing fine. I really do. Miss J is doing wonderful, and y'all know. Thank y'all for coming in here with me on this Saturday, because y'all know what? Those that's going to be watching me live, I really appreciate it. Those that's gonna be watching the replay, now you know Miss J appreciate that too, right? So that means if you watching, excuse me, and you see that little live red button, this live, that means you watching me now. But if you come and that live button is not there, you're watching a replay. And you know I appreciate that too, right? Y'all know I appreciate that. But anyway, welcome to Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast. I am Angela Johnson, Miss J. And the topic that first let me say this because I gotta see it. Thank you to those that came out this evening for me and my grandbaby impromptu makeup that she put on me tonight. She wanted to do my makeup, playing some makeup with me, and she wanted to do my face, but she didn't know I was gonna do it live. But I still want to thank y'all to those that came out and watched that, because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that 46 minutes with her. She doing my makeup. I really did. 8 years old. But if y'all haven't watched that, y'all go watch that, okay? It was just, excuse me, it was just something fun for her and I to do. And I just thought, I said, you know what? Okay, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. But anywho, thank y'all for coming out. And when you watch the replay of that, y'all, put in this is what she said at the end. She wanted to know how she did at the end. She want when y'all go watch it. She want y'all put in the comments. She want y'all to do 1 through 10 for her. That's what she said. If you watch the video, if you watch the video, you're going to see that she said that. All right. But anyway, we just had a good time, and I just want to thank y'all for those that did come out and watch with us a little bit. But anyway, let's get to tonight's topic. Excuse me, which I've been searching this topic for 2 weeks. And the reason why I chose this topic this time, not a viral, um, it's because I've been noticing it's been in the news, number one, a lot. And I'm noticing that it's happening even before it got in the news. Even before it got in the news, uh, it's been going on. And I just said, okay, because y'all know Miss J. Miss J, I like talking about topics that can help people, that can inform people, all of that. Um, so this topic tonight, I named it racial disparities amongst racial disparities amongst black racial disparities in maternal and infant deaths among blacks and minorities. Let that marinate a little bit. Those that's watching live, or you're gonna come in, if y'all can relate, put in the comments, y'all, you can relate. But a lot of our black women and babies are dying tremendously. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? So that was why I chose to do this topic. I want us to talk about it. Basically, a lot of our black mothers and pregnant mothers are struggling in the U.S. and they are. A lot of us black mothers and pregnant mothers, we are struggling. If anybody watching this live or come back and watch the replay, if you can agree, relate, put in the comments. We're struggling. We are. And I know I may talk about some topics tonight that may step on some people's toes, but it is what it is. I'm not bashing nobody. I would never do that. But this is my talk show, and I'm going to bring you information. I'm going to do that. But black women in the United States experience unacceptably poor maternal health outcomes. Who can relate to that? I can. Black women in the United States experience unacceptably poor maternal health outcomes. That's the truth. That's the truth. Oh, I'm gonna dive in this. I'm gonna dive into it. But I'm gonna try not to hold y'all long. This includes a disproportionately high rate of death related to pregnancy or childbirth throughout the Black and African American community. I want y'all to listen to that, man. Thank y'all. Thank you for coming in here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, Karika. Thank you. Black women in the U.S. are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy or childbirth than women in any other race. Did y'all know that? I didn't until I did my research. Until I realized I want to do this. Any topic that I do, I take 2 weeks to research it. I go 2 weeks hard researching stuff. And I have so many notes, but I break it down to stuff I want to talk about. And it's hard because I don't want to be leaving nothing out. But y'all bear with me. I'm trying to hold y'all long. But I want y'all to get this information. Y'all share this out. I would like to get 30 shares tonight. And that's what people say. I'm going to read that again. Black women in the U.S. are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy or childbirth than women of any other race. I don't know about y'all, but when I saw this and I'm reading it out, I don't know how that sitting well with y'all, because it did not sit well with me when I read that. Because number one, I didn't know. Both societal and healthcare related factors contribute to high rates of poor health outcomes and Black maternal mortality in the U.S. So what I decided to do after reading all this information, this is the way I correlated it. And I want y'all to follow me. Those that's watching live, those that's watching on YouTube, I thank you so much for doing it, for being here. And y'all comment, because I do come back and watch my comment. I look at my comments and I do reply. Y'all like, subscribe too, okay? But the way I decided to do this was this, because like I'm telling y'all, it was a lot of information, and I got so what's called brain overload, and I had to realize, I said, no, I need to correlate this in a fashion. All right. So this is the way I correlated it, all right? So I want y'all, we're going to take a look at the risk factors of Black women face, starting at conception, starting at birth, and then we're going to look at going into the motherhood. This is the way that I thought to correlate this. Break it down in sections real quick. So let's take a look at conception, pregnancy. Basically, throughout the course of pregnancy, Black women face a variety of healthcare-related disadvantages compared to non-Hispanic or white women. The reasons may be immediately obvious because Black women's heightened risk of pregnancy-related death spans income and educational levels. While Black women are at higher risk for developing high blood pressure and fibroids, who can relate, and fibroids during pregnancy. Now, who can relate to that? Who can relate before you even got pregnant, and after you got pregnant, you found out you had fibroids? Who can relate to that? Y'all put in the comments. Watching live, put in the comments. Replay, put in the comments if you get this far to watch the video. Wow. And the issue comes down to medical equality and access to quality care. See, we don't have the access that a lot does. Karika said, I can relate. Preach your topic. That's right. I'm going to preach this topic tonight. I'm gonna preach this topic now. Thank you, Karika, baby, for coming in here and sharing me out. How many that before you even got pregnant, after you got pregnant, you found out you had fibroids? But it comes from not being. It comes from medical. That comes down to medical equality and access to quality care. How many go to their doctor when you pregnant, and you telling them what's going on with you, but they're not listening. But but Becky done told you that their doctor they went to, and they told them this and they told them that. Oh, their doctor done got them set up for go get this test, go get that test, go get this test. How many can relate to that? Black mothers also face medical racism, and clinical research has historically black mothers face racism, and clinical research historically has that clinical research that has excluded black women. Wow. See, it's been researches that's not even dealing with black women. Clinical researches. Okay, that's the pregnancy. Now let's look at the birth. The risks and complications extends from pregnancy to childbirth and then motherhood, right? So a recent study shows that these black maternal morbid disparities are concentrated among just a few causes of death. These include postpartum, cardiomyopathy, preeclampsia, and eclampsia. Who can relate to that? Preeclampsia. Who can relate to that? Who can relate to that? Karika, she said she can relate. Karika said I can relate. And Karika, she said I had the pleasure of having an amazing well, you lucky, see, you good. Thank God. Thank God for that. I'm so glad to hear that, baby. I'm so glad. A recent study shows that these black maternal mobility disparities are concentrated among just a few cases of death. These include postpartum, cardiomyopathy, preeclampsia, and eclampsia, causing black maternal mortality rates to be 5 times those of non-Hispanic women. Wow. It also found that pregnant and postpartum black women are over 2 times more likely than non-Hispanic women to die of hemorrhage or embolism. How many know about that? When you hemorrhage. I know somebody that actually hemorrhaged to death after having a baby. Yeah. And it was all because the doctor was not caring for her like she's supposed to be cared for. She hemorrhaged. Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage or embolism. Bleed out. Yeah. How many can relate to that? Now we did pregnancy and birth. Let's look at motherhood. So these types of maternal health disparities don't end with black mothers. These health disparities also extend to the baby before and after it has been born. Did y'all hear me? Oh, we going there tonight. We going there. The infant mortality, y'all listen at this. The infant mortality rate of black babies in 2019 was 10.8 deaths per 1,000 live births, compared to a rate of 4.6 white babies, 1,000 live births. Once again, the infant mortality rate among Black families is still significantly higher than non-Hispanic families across income and educational levels in the U.S. Wow. We going there. And I know I'm talking about a topic folks probably want to talk about. They're going to pop in and pop out, pop in and pop out. But we're going to talk about this because too many of our mothers and babies are dying. And they deserve the same kind of care Becky get. I said it. So let's take a look at maternal and infant health disparities or symptoms of broader underlying social and economic inequalities that are rooted in racism and discrimination. Now I'm getting ready to get to the pancake now. I'm getting ready to get to the root of it now. It is rooted in racism and discrimination. How? Here we go. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you and see who can relate to this. Differences in health insurance coverage and access to care plays a role in driving worse maternal and infant deaths across for the people of color. So the differences in healthcare coverage. The difference in healthcare coverage. Because you got Medicaid. Why? You got Medicaid, so you can't go over here to the ones to the ones that's working for the White House OBGYN. Or you can't go there. Why? Because you got Medicaid. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't go there. You can't go to the OBGYN the person working in the White House go to, or you can't go there. Why? What's the damn difference? Excuse me. Well, no, I ain't gonna apologize about that. What's the difference? That you can't go to that same OBGYN with your Medicaid card that the people at the White House. Racism and discrimination. Dealing with insurance coverage. Economic factors such as education and income. It also points to the roles of racism and discrimination for disparities. Education and income. See what I mean? Okay, Karika, let's see what you're saying. Karika, she said, I had fibroids. Wow. See y'all? Thank you for being transparent, Karika. She had fibroids after her pregnancy. Didn't I just tell y'all that? I told y'all, Miss J don't be coming here bullshitting. I don't be doing that. I'm coming bringing y'all facts. And then she also said, okay, she had amazing. And Karika, she said, I went to an all-black OBGYN. Now I'm looking for another OBGYN because she moved back to Michigan. All because of her parents. Wow. And Karika said, that's so sad. Sis, the highest black male for male babies. Yes, exactly. 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 Racism and discrimination plays a role, y'all. But then you ask yourself, you might be asking yourself, do it really play a role? Yes, it does. And I'm getting ready to show you how. Again, Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. Multiple factors contribute to these disparities, such as, I'm going to get ready to call them out, such as this: variation in quality health care. Variations in quality health care. I had Medicaid and I'm happy I was able to see a wonderful doctor. Thank you. See? Good. That's what I'm talking about. So does racial disparities exist? Yes, it does. Here is how. Variations in quality health care. Underlying chronic diseases, conditions, structural racism. Now I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna tell y'all about what I found out about structural racism, and y'all it's gonna put it together for you because it came together for me when I found out what it meant. Structural racism is this: it's the theory of formalization of a set of institutional, historical, cultural, and interpersonal practices within a society that places one or more social or ethnic group in a better, see, it's bringing it all together for you now, right? In a better position to succeed, and disadvantages other groups of people, such as Black women. So so the whole thing in a nutshell, it structural racism. In other words, it's society making it better for another set of people, making conditions better for them to be able to obtain. Okay, we're gonna make you gonna be able to get this right here. You're gonna be able to get all this right here, but these group of people are not. That's structural racism. That's the prime example, and that's what it said. That's what it said. We'll read it again for those that might be trying to doubt me. I'll read it again. It is the theory of formalization of a set of institutional, historical, cultural, and interpersonal practices within a society that places one or more social or ethnic groups in a better position to succeed and disadvantages other groups as Black women. Y'all get it? Okay, move on. The next disparity, racial disparity that does exist is this one: implicit bias. Stop right there. I said, okay, let me see. Let me break implicit bias down. These are stereotypes thought to be shaped by experience based on learned associations between particular qualities and social categories, including race and gender, such as the Black female woman. Implicit bias. Y'all get it? Thank you for coming in here. Again, does racial disparities exist? Yes. Let me give you another one. Social determinants of health prevent many people from racial and ethnic minority groups from having fair opportunities for economic, physical, and emotional good health. That is up on that social deterrence. Did y'all see? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Racial disparities exist. Let me give you another one. That was the last one, okay, that I'm going to talk about. But now I'm going to go to my Did You Know segment of this. Did you know Black women experience more maternal health complications than white women? Black women are more likely to experience complications throughout the course of their pregnancies than white women. Here are some examples. Black women are 3 times more likely to have fibroids to grow in the uterus and can cause postpartum hemorrhaging than white women. And the fibroids occur at younger ages and grow more quickly in Black women. Did y'all know that? This is a part of my Did You Know segment. Did you know Black women display signs of preeclampsia earlier in pregnancy than white women? But see, your doctor ain't listen to you when you tell them. This condition, which involves high blood pressure during pregnancy, can lead to severe complications, including death, including your death, if you're not properly treated. If your doctor is not taking you serious, when you telling them what's going on with you. Did you know Black women experience meaning physical weathering, meaning their body age faster than white women's due to exposure to chronic stress linked to socioeconomic disadvantage and discrimination over life course, making pregnancy riskier at an early age. Stress. Did you know? Did you know? Black serving hospitals provide lower quality maternity care. Who can relate to that? Black serving hospitals have poor serving and low quality maternity care. Did y'all know that? 75% of Black women give birth at hospitals that serve predominantly Black populations. Did you know that? Another part of my Did You Know? Black serving hospitals have higher rates of maternal complications than other hospitals. Did you know? They also perform worse on 12 to 15 births outcomes, including elective deliveries, non-elective C-sections, and maternal mortality. They perform worse. Wow. They perform worse on 12 of 15. 12 out of 15. Wow. Worse outcomes. Wow. And this is from Black hospitals. They're serving Black community. Did you know? Did you know? Another did you know? Many Black women have a difficult time accessing the reproductive health care to meet their needs. A lot of us have problems trying to find good health care. And it's built for that. It's built for that. It is. Did you know? Black women experience higher rates of unintended pregnancies than all other racial groups, in part because of disparities in access to quality contraceptive care and counseling. Did y'all get that part right there? Not having quality, not having access to quality contraceptive care, birth control care, not having quality birth control care and counseling. Quality, not having access to quality. That's the difference. And yes, I'm stressing it for a reason. Did you know Black women lack access to quality contraceptive care and counseling? For an example, in a recent analysis, y'all listen, in a recent analysis of California women enrolled in Medicaid, Black women were less likely than white or Latino women to receive postpartum contraception. And when they did receive it, they were less likely to receive a, a highly effective method. Not given, you're not getting the best one. When you do get it, when you do get access to contraception, we are not receiving a high quality, effective method. Let that marinate. Let that marinate. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Did you know? Did you know some problems due to pregnancy can happen after up to a year after you having your baby? Did you know that? Did y'all know a year after you have your baby, severe severe problems can happen to you? 1 year after you having your baby. Let me tell you some of them. I'm gonna tell you all of them. Be aware of urgent maternal warning signs and symptoms during pregnancy and a year after your pregnancy. Here they go. A headache that won't go away or gets worse over time. And that headache feels like the worst headache you have ever had in your life. Okay? Dizziness or fainting. You feel dizziness and lightheadedness that's ongoing or comes and goes over too many days. Then after a while, you pass out. Changes in your vision. You see flashes of light or bright spots. Your vision gets blurry and you can't focus. Then you start seeing double. I'm calling out this warning sign, the urgent warning signs that Black women, well, women need to have, but my Black women, because we are the ones that has been dying. It's been a surge in us dying since 2019. A surge in babies, okay? But this is what y'all look for. You, my pregnant women, okay? And even a year after you have your baby, this can happen. I'm calling out symptoms, urgent symptoms. A headache that won't go away. It ain't. It's like you never felt. It's one you have you never felt before. Like, what in the world? Uh, a headache you ain't never felt in your life. I'm doing it over real quick. Dizziness or fainting. You have dizziness or lightheadedness that's going on. It comes and goes, and it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Many days over, and everything, you pass out. All right. Changes in your vision. You start seeing bright lights, flashing light. Your vision gets blurry. Now you're seeing double. Babies, y'all listen. This can happen a year after you have had your babies. Okay. If you got a fever of 100.4 or higher, yes, yes. Let's go see what Let's see why you got that fever. What kind of infection might be going on? Okay. Extreme swelling of your hands or your face. Your lips or your mouth feels swollen or you have you have loss of feeling. Swelling in your face makes it hard to open your eyes all the way open. They feel puffy in your eyes and hands and all, but you can't close your hands all the way. Now, it's normal. Us women, when we get pregnant, we have some type of swelling, but you will know this at normal swelling. You'll know. You will know. When your lips or mouth feel swollen, all right, and you have loss of feeling in your lips or your mouth. All right. Thoughts about harming yourself or your baby. So if you're feeling sad, or you not, or you feel you're not good enough, or you just worrying, just feeling worried all the time, could get some help. Trouble breathing. Now again, the signs I've been calling out are signs that happens even a year after you have had your baby. Trouble breathing. You have trouble breathing when you're laying down flat. When you lay down flat, you can't hardly breathe. All of a sudden, you after 5 months as you had your baby, you laying down. Now you know you can't hardly breathe when you lay down flat. Such as needing to prop your head up with pillows just to go to sleep. You feel short of breath suddenly or over time, and as if you can't deeply breathe deeply enough to get enough air in your lungs. Take notice of your bodies, y'all. Chest pain or fast beating heart rate. Pain that travels to your back, neck, or arm. Okay? Now the heart rate. If you got a fast beat or a pounding in your chest. 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, 8 months, 9 months after you done had your baby. All right? And it can happen before too now. Severe nausea and throwing up. You just can't keep nothing on your stomach. A month that went past, you just throwing up. Even after you done had the baby. A whole month, 2 months, you can't keep nothing down. That's severe throwing up. Severe, you having really bad belly pains that just would not go away. That belly pain, you woke up that belly pain at 6 o'clock that morning, and it's 9 o'clock at night. You still got that bad aching belly pain. Okay. Now listen at this one, y'all. Baby's movement baby movement stopping or slowing during your pregnancy. But now we can't, you really can't measure how many times your baby's supposed to move in your belly. We can't, can't nobody measure that, right? But just be mindful, and a mother know. We know when that baby gonna move. We know. But if all of a sudden you noticing 2 weeks and pass, 3 weeks and pass, you ain't feeling no movement or something, take notice of that. A month and pass, you 5 months pregnant. A month and pass, you ain't feeling no movement. Take notice of that. 5 months, you 5 months pregnant, and all of a sudden you don't feel no baby moving. What? Take notice of that. Vaginal bleeding or liquid leaking during your pregnancy. Vaginal bleeding or discharge after pregnancy. This can happen a year after your pregnancy, y'all, or during your pregnancy, okay? And the last one, severe swelling, redness, or pain in your legs or arms, or an overwhelming feeling of just being tired. You sleep, but you just still tired. That's an overwhelming feeling of being tired. And I also looked at this. Would y'all believe what state in the United States that has the highest death rates among us black women? Deaths, maternal deaths, and infant deaths. I'm gonna tell you, Louisiana. Louisiana rate of 58.1 deaths per 100,000 deaths is the highest in the U.S. Louisiana. I'm saying that right, Louisiana. So, what is the birth mortality rate by race in the United States? I'm going to tell you. During 2018 and during 2019 and 2020, average infant rate per 1,000 live births in U.S. was highest for Black infants. Wow. Did y'all hear that? And it was at 10.8. And this was by the March of Dimes, February 19, 2023. Wow. 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 So the maternal death rate for Black or African American, that not meaning non-Hispanic or Latino, was 44 per 100,000 live births in 2019. But it increased to 55.3 in 2020 and 68.9 in 2022. And basically, in contrast, white, non-Hispanic, or Latino women had death rates of 17.9, 19.1, and 26.1, respectively. Do y'all see how low that is? 17.9, 19.1, and 26.1. Well, we had 55.3, 44.0, 55.3, and 68.9. Wow. 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 So now, is there anything that can be done? It is. I'm winding it down now. I think I did real good. I'm bottom lining this now. So is there anything that can be done? That's right. Yes, especially if you're not educated or being educated. Exactly. So is there anything that can be done? Is there anything that can be done? Yes, it is. I'm gonna break it down to you. For my pregnant women, this what can be done with you. Pregnant people and your families, this what can be done. And if you talk to your healthcare provider, if anything does not feel right or is concerning to you. Now, some of us be telling our healthcare practitioner, and they're not taking you serious. And if you got one that you done told them 3 times, so on, so on, so on, so the past 2 months you've been going there, and I keep telling them, so and so, I keep feeling this thing in the back of my head, blah, 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 and they're not trying to get you set up for no MRI or something. It's time to find another one. I'm sorry. Know and seek immediate care if experiencing any of the symptoms that I called out. They are called urgent maternal warning signs. That's what they're called. Urgent maternal warning signs. I just called them out to you. The chest pain, the dizziness, the swelling of all those, about 10 of them, including severe headache, extreme swelling of hands or feet, trouble breathing, heavy vaginal bleeding or discharge, overwhelm and tiredness, and more. Okay, these symptoms should indicate these symptoms indicates a potential. Those symptoms indicate a potentially life-threatening complication for you and or your baby. Document and share pregnancy history during each medical care visit for up to 1 year after your delivery. Document everything. At least try to remember to do that. Try to remember document stuff. Document. It ain't gonna hurt. This is what the pregnant person and the people and their family members can help the pregnant person do. Maintain ongoing health care and social support systems before, during, and after your pregnancy. If you've had preeclampsia, during your pregnancy, during your pregnancy part, and it's a couple people that that have had preeclampsia, perform a group or something, support group to help each other out to get through it. you know. Now, what can your healthcare provider do? Here we go. Ask questions to better, your healthcare provider can ask questions to you to better understand you, the patient, and things that may be affecting your lives. They need to ask you more questions, better questions. Also help the patient and those accompanying and somebody that's accompanying them understand the urgent maternal warning signs, the ones I called out to y'all. I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna post them warning signs up under this video. I am. And when to seek um help patients and those accompanying them understand the urgent maternal warning signs and when to seek medical attention right away. Help such as you might come down with chronic conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, or depression. It happens. And I thank y'all for y'all one that's sticking in here with me. Thank you for Karika for being in here with me like you have. I appreciate that. Address, and they need to recognize unconscious bias in themselves and in their practice. Do y'all know what that means? Unconscious bias. Did anybody know what that means? The doctor, your healthcare provider needs to recognize unconscious bias. Because some of our doctors are biased. You know that, right? They want to believe what they want to believe. They, they can't think for you. They can't do that. They try to. They try to. This topic needed to be heard. Thank you, Karika. Karika said, you brought so much light to this topic. Thank you. Hey, Lanisha. Thank you for coming. This is another thing that the healthcare provider can also do. Address any concerns patient may have. Stop letting them come in there telling you that they done told you something 2 months ago that's going on with them, and you ain't trying to do nothing. You ain't trying to get them set up to go get nothing checked. It's going through one damn ear, going out the other ear. But address concerns. Provide all patients with respectful care. That's what they're supposed to be doing, but a lot of them don't do it. They don't. You got Medicaid, you're gonna be treated a whole damn different way. And I know that from experience. You're gonna be treated a whole nother damn different way. But you paying that $400 or $500 walks the door. Oh, come on, sit down right here. Ask me how I know about that. Now, this is what the hospitals can do. And the hospital systems can do. The hospital systems, they need to identify and address the unconscious bias in healthcare. Address the unconscious bias in healthcare. Standardize coordination of care and response to emergencies. Improve delivery of quality prenatal and postpartum care. How a lot of hospitals and hospital systems, they need to improve their delivery and quality of prenatal and postpartum care. Train non-obstetric care providers to ask about pregnancy histories in the preceding year. Last but not least, what can the state do? What can your state do? Let me see what Karika's saying. Karika said, my sister didn't take a traditional route with her second baby. She has a midwife, okay, and had a wonderful experience. Her labor was 30 minutes. Wow. She was very aware of her body, okay. She listens to my sister concerns and educate. See, there we go. Midwife. Mm-hmm. What can your state do? What can the state in your community do? The state and communities do? Access and coordinate delivery hospitals for risk appropriate care. Have access. Make sure it's access and coordinate delivery hospitals for risk appropriate care. And support review of the causes behind every maternal death of a Black woman and Black child. That's what can be done. That's all. I'm finished. I did good. But I wanted to bring this information to y'all. I got everything I wanted to say out to y'all. I did. And like I said, those that came out, thank you so much. Y'all know me, you know Miss J appreciate it. You know I do. But this is a topic that needs to be talked about because there's too many of us Black women and Black babies are dying. And a lot of it started around the pandemic. And it's been surging ever since, per CDC. 68.9, 2021, 68.9%. Are you serious? 68.9. Wow. And did you hear what I told you about how a lot of us are getting contraceptive, but we ain't getting that good shit? We ain't getting that good. We ain't getting the good. We getting the contraceptive, we getting it, the birth control, but we ain't getting that good. We ain't getting that. Yeah. See, not having access. Not having access. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. Y'all come on. Y'all know. Those that's watching, those that's gonna be watching replay, y'all know. Y'all know. I know what I went through when I was pregnant with all three of my babies. I know. And being on Medicaid, you don't get treated. You don't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on. It's it's too many of us dying, y'all. It's too many babies and too many Black women are dying. And it's racism in it. And those that's watching, y'all, cause I'm not racist at all. I am not racist at all. I'm not. But I'm gonna call it just like I see it. And I'm calling it from CDC. Racial disparities. It is. It's too plain to see. It's too plain. Like I said, you get medicated, sicker you go to that woman OBGYN that work in the White House, OBGYN, sicker you go to her or him. And you stay in DC. Sicker you go to that one. You see what I mean? Having access. We need quality access like everybody else. And it's all economic. It is. But see, remember I told you about the structural racism? Y'all remember I read that to you? So yes, racial disparities does exist in this. It does. Anybody else got a thing they want to say? Let me see what Lanisha's saying. It's one route don't work, take the other. Exactly, Karika. One route don't work, take the other route. Exactly. That is so true. If one route don't work, take the other route. Take the other route. But y'all already know we have it hard. Us Black mothers, we have it hard. We does. And it's gonna continue to be that way. It's gonna continue to be that way. That's why you gotta get up and do stuff on your own. And y'all, like I said, I'm not racist at all, but I'm calling just like I see it, and I saw it in my research. I told y'all when I do a topic, I research it 2 weeks. I give myself 2 weeks researching what I'm gonna talk about. And I was floored. I had a chart I was gonna show y'all, but it's on my phone in the house, and I didn't sync it to here. But I will put that up. So you're gonna see how we are dying, and it's all because there's racism involved, social economically, income. We're not having access to that good, and we need to have that. We deserve to have that just like anybody else. Now, with that being said, nobody else ain't got nothing to say. Thank y'all for coming out here. I really appreciate this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm out of here. Y'all make sure y'all share this out. Y'all give me a little minute. I will screenshot that list of those urgent maternal signs. I'm going to put that up on this video. I'm going to put them up there because somebody might need to see it. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all tune in on the 8th. I have a author coming. I'm going to put the flyer out, and we're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about his book, which I just got his book. I'm going to start reading it. We're going to talk about his book, and that's April the 8th. I have an author, Mr. Good, James Good, coming, and we're going to talk about his book. Let me see something. Are you going? Yeah, I think I'm going to go on TikTok. I think I'm going to go on TikTok. Why it's early. You'll see me. All right. See y'all, babies. Thank y'all for coming in here. I really, 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 and really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good one. Bye bye.